Hi there, I'm Ben from Suncroft Strategic Finance Partners, and today I wanted to chat with you about something really crucial for any business looking to grow. That's KPIs, Key Performance Indicators. I'm going to go over a technique that we use here at Suncroft to quickly get to the heart of what truly drives a business, and then how to measure that effort and success. This is a technique I've used successfully for years across a lot of different businesses and roles, and it's incredibly effective. It looks at 4 key areas, and importantly, in this specific order. So drivers, levers, KPIs, benchmarks. Now, I'll go over these in more detail shortly, but first, what I usually do is I simply set up these as 4 columns in an Excel worksheet, with each one of these as the header of those columns. So keep it nice and straightforward. You can apply this technique to both your revenue and your expenses. And to keep things clear and consistent, I'm going to use manufacturing business and focus on revenue as our example throughout this explanation. So let's kick off with drivers. These are the fundamental forces that cause change in your business. For a manufacturing company, you might identify innovation or efficient supply chain management as key drivers of revenue growth. So you'd list those, and then the others that come to mind in your drivers column on your Excel spreadsheet. Next up, in the second column, we have your levers. Now, these are absolutely integral to proactive financial reporting, and honestly, they're often overlooked. Levers are the specific mechanisms you have within your business that you can actively pull or push to change those drivers. For each driver, you should have at least one lever. And sticking with our manufacturing example, if innovation is your driver, a lever could be increased R&D spending. For supply chain management, your lever might be improved forecasting accuracy to reduce waste and speed up delivery. So you see how that works? The third column is where your KPIs come in. This is all about how you measure the impact of changes you're making to your levers and how those changes affect your drivers. A simple KPI for our example might be something like increased production volume. You're ultimately looking for an increase in manufacturing output, correct? What about getting more specific and measuring innovation? Your KPI could be the increased number of new product ideas generated in a quarter, or perhaps the number of new products successfully launched to market within a specific period. You could even say the ultimate KPIs are simply increased revenue, decreased expenses, and an improvement in your NOI, your net operating income, keeping it super simple and straightforward. And finally, in that last column, we have our benchmarks. These are your targets, your what does success look like? What are you really striving for when you pull those levers and make those changes? Examples here could be a percentage increase on last year's production or a specific number of new products launched that you're aiming for. Just remember, your benchmark needs to be quantifiable because you'll be actively measuring your progress against it throughout your reporting period. Now, you might think that KPIs and benchmarks sound like the same thing, but there's actually a really important subtle difference between the two. Think of it like your KPI is what you've decided to monitor. For example, the number of new products launched to market, or your benchmark is how much or how many you're aiming for. You're quantifying it by saying our benchmark is 10 new products brought to market this year. You see the difference? One is the measure itself, and the other is the target for that measure. So there you have it. By connecting what drives your business, understanding how you have agency over those drivers through your levers, and then associating those with measurable indicators, your KPIs, and clear targets, your benchmarks, you've suddenly got yourself much more focused reporting. This isn't just data, it's a roadmap to help you truly chart and accelerate your growth. It's that simple. Drivers, levers, KPIs, benchmarks. Now, I really encourage you to give this a go yourself. It's a brilliant technique, whether you're just starting in a new business and you want to quickly get your head around things, or even if you've been in your company for a while and you're looking to get a fresh perspective on what's really moving the needle. And as always, If you think you might need some help in strengthening your financial strategy and truly supporting your business's growth, then please don't hesitate to contact us here at Suncroft Strategic Finance Partners. We're always happy to chat. Thank you.